Alright guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be going over my entire push workout that I'm going to be doing today, and I'm going to explain to you kind of why we're doing some of the movements that we're doing, give you guys some form tips as well, and if you guys are interested in running this entire workout, you can use it for yourselves. We'll put all the sets and the reps somewhere right up on the screen right here, so you can screenshot that and go do it for yourself. Now, this is one workout within the entire Power Effect program for this month. So this month I created a daily undulating periodization program. Now there's different ways you can do undulating periodization. It doesn't have to be daily, it can be every other day or weekly, it can be, there's different types. So overall, there's different types of periodization that you can do. You can do linear periodization, you can do reverse linear periodization, block periodization. There's a bunch of different types of programs out there that I've experimented with. But on my ISSA course, I've been learning a lot about the undulating periodization form of training, and I've seen that there are a lot of studies done that show that it may be the best form of training for someone who is looking to overload and gain muscle, get bigger. So that's something that I want to experiment with, because there's obviously a lot of, like I just said, studies done showing that that may be the best thing to do for bodybuilders to grow. So the studies that have been done are on mainly untested athletes, but I want to put this to the test myself. I want to see how the daily undulating periodization works for myself. So I created a program based around it, and we're going to see how it works for me. Yesterday I did day one, leg day, and today is going to be day two, the push day. So how the program works is essentially you have legs push pull off, legs push pull, and every single day you have a bit of a different workout. And with linear periodization, right, your program usually starts out, well, if it's linear periodization, it always starts out with higher volume and lower intensity, aka more sets, more reps with lower weight, okay? And then as you go into the program, the weight gets heavier, the reps and the intensity goes higher, the reps and the sets go down a little bit. Reverse periodization is the opposite of that. You start heavy and then the sets and the reps go lighter weights, higher sets. So with this, it's all over the board. One day you have heavyweight, the next day you have light, heavyweight, light. So it's all over the place. It's a non-linear form of periodization. I'm really excited to try it out. I'm probably rambling at this point, but I'm just excited about it. This stuff geeks me up. So we are going to be going to do this push day today. I hope you guys can learn something from it. If you do like this type of video, comment down below, let me know, and we'll film some more raw videos like this where I give you guys some information and kind of explain the methodologies behind my programming and my training. Alright guys, so even before you start your top sets, you want to press your warm-up sets just as you would your top sets. So using that same power, getting your central nervous system ready to fire to its full capacity. Alright guys, so when you're doing your heavy compound movements, like your first movement or two, don't be afraid to take 2 to 3 minutes rest in between sets. Like for example, I'm doing the 5 sets of 4 right now, and I could go with a way lighter weight and do the sets much quicker, but it's gonna be better to overload my muscle, to take a little bit of extra rest time, let myself recoup a little bit, and then have that heavier weight there. So you don't have to speed through your sets.
That's ISO. Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots off the rebound. Fucking my posters, say now, I've been humble too long, yeah. Tell them all to stay calm, yeah. Tell them all to move on, yeah. Fucking my posters, say now, they be lost in the sauce, yeah. Took a loss, that's your loss, yeah. Had to get my point across, yeah. Heard them lasers talking now and we don't pay that no mind. Didn't need to watch and know that I'll be here in no time. Put a candle on it, had to tell them they could blow mine. Lights, camera, action.
So next movement is going to be standing dumbbell shoulder press, okay? The reason why I do it standing is because you actually get more activation in the shoulder when you do standing overhead press rather than seated. And I thought it was the opposite due to the fact that you actually can lift more weight when you do a seated, but it's not the case. All the studies show that essentially you get more activation doing standing press rather than seated, and you get more core engagement, but you just have to go a little bit lighter. There is room for seated overhead presses, but we are going to be doing the one more beneficial for growth today. So 3 sets of 10 reps. With the standing, guys, especially for dumbbells, don't worry about how much weight you're lifting because it's going to be significantly less than seated, and most of you probably don't do standing dumbbell presses. And you know, more you maybe do standing military press with the barbell, but try this variation out. It'll give you a really good shoulder pump, and it's phenomenal for shoulder growth.
Lights, camera, action, I'm smoking that dope from Edmond. We the new meth in Redmond. We ain't real blood, but we brethrens. Run up a check and it's pending. She talking my news, we'll send them. Fuck with the fam, you a dead man. Jesus peace on my pendant, and we still independent. ISO, yeah, we trending. Watch what you say, don't offend them. They keepin' it real, they commend them. People like get your wife pregnant, but I ain't tryna be dependent. I need money never ending. I'm talking 100%. I need the only you rent it. Whoa, step in the spotty and watch how they panic. Yeah, we the duo, you know we dynamic. When we outside, we be stopping the traffic. Breaking their necks, them they upset. How them boys doing more when they got less? How they on this and how they on that? How they got this and how they got that? Too busy watching us, they need to stop that. Talking my shit, you know we gon' pop that. See it, I like it, yeah, I'm gon' cop that. When we on top, how you gon' top that? Nah, you ain't got nothing on us. I'm steady calling your bluff. Pass me the split, need me a puff. You don't want smoke, tell them that's tough. Yeah, yeah.
All right, guys, so we're gonna do the dumbbell pullover right here. Now, this exercise can also work your lats as well. So we wanna focus on keeping the tension in our chest throughout this whole movement and not in the lats. So maybe what you wanna do is kind of keep your elbows a little bit closer and not extend all the way back for your lats. More so think about your chest during this movement. Superset the dumbbell pullover with this incline chest press right here. And so it's fairly simple, guys, honestly. Just don't use your ego on any of these lifts. Use a weight that you can actually control through the entire movement. And also with this movement, it's similar to the bench press where you want to tuck your elbows on the way down and then flare them on the way up, and you want to make sure you squeeze your chest at the top on each of these movements. So go down until the machine stops, get the full range of motion, squeeze to the top. We're gonna do 3 sets of 15 here, along with our 3 sets of 10 on the dumbbell pullovers. All right, so the next 2 movements, pretty much the finishing movements besides the last tricep movement, is gonna be a delt superset. So we're gonna do upright rows superset with side laterals, 15 reps here, 10 reps on the laterals, okay? So I never go heavy on upright rows because it's not a natural range of motion or plane for your shoulder at all. And when you do these, you have to be careful that you do them properly and that you're not going heavy, because this can hurt your shoulder joints 100% if it's done wrong, or you go too heavy. So essentially what the goal is here is to get a grip slightly closer than shoulder width, and you're gonna pull, you're gonna think of it as pulling your elbows up. So you're not gonna let your shoulders protract forward at all. You're gonna keep your shoulders retracted back, and you're gonna pull your elbows up. So just like that, shoulders back, pull the elbows up, pull the elbows up, pull the elbows up. And make sure you stand tall, because if you slouch over, it can also put your shoulder in a more awkward range of motion. And then for side laterals, okay, what I like to focus on here, again, starts kind of with the elbow. Bringing my elbow straight up and back. So I'm starting here, bring the elbow slightly back and straight up, just like that. You're gonna, again, keep your scapula and your shoulders retracted. This is the key to not being injured when you're doing shoulder movements and chest movements. So we're gonna jump into this last superset, and then we're gonna hit the triceps, which I will talk to you guys about when we're done this. All right, so we're gonna end off with 3 sets of 15 on the good old rope tricep extensions. One of my favorites. The goal here is gonna be keep the elbows tight and tucked to the body. And at the bottom of the movement, okay, we're gonna extend all the way, and we're gonna try to pull the rope apart, and that's gonna really help hit the entire head of the triceps all the way towards the elbow insertion. All right, guys, that's gonna be a wrap for this video. Try this workout out. I'm fried right now. I'm gonna go home, get my post-workout nutrition in, and go the fuck to bed. If you guys have any questions, comment them down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.